What's up, guys? My dog is always 2 steps behind me. Let's check it out. Here he comes. Watch, I'll turn the corner and he'll show up. Here he comes. Oh, nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Getting a little rain here in Colorado. That's good. Oh, there he is. I'm gonna be cleaning out the compost bin here in a sec because we've got we're going on vacation in a couple weeks and we missed the compost day, and my wife said there's a bunch of maggots in the compost, so my job is to remove the compost, bag it up, put it in the trash so it doesn't sit for the next month. So, anywho, I don't know where I'm going to post this. I've got a few YouTube channels. I think I might post it to the burn pile. I saw that I've got 7 subscribers, which is surprising. I haven't been doing much art. Actually, I have been doing a little bit of art, but not really for the burn pile. Let's see. 7 subscribers. Kind of thinking maybe 3 are real, and then maybe there's a few that are bots. Or somehow I convinced 7 people to subscribe. But hey, I haven't been doing a ton of art. I've been super busy with I created a business, actually a junk removal business. And it's the actual work is easy, but the business side is not so easy. And I'm struggling to find clients because I have limited funds, and I've kind of told myself I want to do this organically, meaning I don't want to pay a bunch of ads. So, what's up there, big guy?
I'm gonna go to the rec center.
You're going to the rec center?
Because Sunset's closed.
Oh,
Alright.
Are you gonna meet Eli there?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you guys be good.
Alright, see ya.
All right. You want to take your brother?
Maybe if he wants to go.
Let me see if he wants to go.
I mean, they close at 3:50.
Are you guys gonna work out?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I
All
think
right.
You might have to do like 16.
I'll have him shovel the compost bin with me.
Alright.
All right. See ya. Anywho, yeah, I started a junk removal business. Miles, who I was just talking to, is joining me in the truck. I bought a truck. And yeah. Anyways, maybe I'll tell you guys my story at some point. Kind of work-wise, but yeah, let's see. I haven't been doing much for the burn pile, throwaway art, like little sketches. Although I did do one the other day. Here's one, just a quick little something. I did that in 10 or 20 minutes because what I was trying to do was get some inspiration on this big guy So I was doing some research for the junk business and went to this recycle center because I was looking for opportunities to, find some recycle centers and whatnot so I can avoid taking things to the dump and take them to recycling or second used places, like thrift stores. And I went to this one in another town over, and they had this whole pallet full of canvas. And check it out. So I've been sitting on these 2 stretcher bars. I got these like months ago, maybe a year ago, and I just haven't. Too much of a cheapskate to pay $60 or $80 for canvas to stretch them. So, but anyways, I was at this resource place, and I found these giant canvas. This thing is heavy. It's like, I don't know, 7 feet by 6 feet or 5 feet, and it was like $5, and it's thick canvas, and it was a buy one get one free day. So I should have bought $40 worth. I paid like $20, and I don't know. I only got 4 of them actually, so I only paid like $10. But so I had 3 big canvas stretchers, and I stretched one, and so I started painting. I'm doing acrylic because it's so easy, and I've been doing it in the garage. I got a little electric staple gun, and that made stretching this, because I don't have a little stretcher puller, so I'm pulling it like with my hand and stapling it, trying to make it tight, kind of amateur hour. And so I just kind of created a little studio here in my garage. And what I've been doing is just pulling this, just dumping it. I just drop it on the floor, and then I started doing lots of layers. So I actually have been painting. And it's actually upside down right now. I've just been kind of dwelling on this mix for a bit. So trying to figure out what's next. Maybe I'll put this on a tripod, and I'll bring it over. I'll flip it back around so y'all can see. But so I have been painting a little bit. I don't know. It is what it is. We call it abstract. And it's really just like de-stress painting. So let me show you here. So, got too much stuff in this garage. That's the whole thing. Look, that's why I started this junk business. I actually started working for a junk company, and then I ended up creating my own company. And right before I was about to tell my employer came to me and said, "Hey, I'm throwing in the towel. I'm shutting down shop." And so I ended up buying his truck. And so I've been doing this, but look, working for this company for a while, I realized people have so much stuff and they got to get rid of it. And I'm not the exception. So working for this company in this industry has helped me let go of some stuff, but I still have a lot of stuff that I need to let go of. But I'm sure you can relate. less is more. Man, if you have too much stuff, it's just the stuff drags you down. And actually on the art side, when you have too much stuff in your life, it stifles or it stipends your, I don't know if that's the right word, it keeps you from being as creative as you could be. Because, man, you got too much stuff on your mind, and it really does bog you down. So, the more you can free up your space, the more you'll tap into those creative juices. But look, this thing is big. It's, I don't know, 4x5. And I actually like painting in that size. And this was I just did this to get some other ideas. So I'm not going to try to copy this, but I was just trying to play around with colors. And I don't think this is anywhere close to being done, because I think I'm committed to many layers. So here's some random burn pile stuff that I've done. And if you guys are new to the channel, I don't know if you want to watch or waste your time on the other videos, but the idea of the burn pile is, well, the concept was I was talking to this guy who was managing the art for this estate, and he had all this art that he was dealing with, and this artist was, I don't know, known. His art is, I don't know what you say. It's not. He was selling art, so he was a known artist, and he was known for a specific type of art, but this guy basically acquired all of his drawings and art from this artist's lifetime. And I was talking to this guy, Michael, and he was telling me, like, I wish I would have gone through all of these drawings with John when he was alive, and so we could have made decisions on like what to keep and what not to. And if you're an artist, like, you're going to have a burn pile. You're going to have a significant amount of work that isn't the work that you want to be known for, and you maybe don't want people to see, and it might it might just like not complement your real work, the body work that you want to be known for. So you might want to get rid of the crappy art. I know when I was in high school, I was really into art when I was from an early age. And when I left state, and because my parents had moved out of state and I was going to school, I had kept my portfolio of stuff with me all through high school and then into some college. And then I was going to move to another state, and I had to make a decision of like, do I want to keep this? And I guess if I had like family in state and had a home base, like somewhere I could put my stuff, maybe I would have been inclined to keep it. But I was young, and I didn't really want to attach myself to it, even though some was, probably I would enjoy looking at it now or going through it. I let go a bunch of a lot of it and ended up putting it in the trash. And I guess the idea of the burn pile is artists need to keep doing art, but don't do art just to, keep for your portfolio or for your body of work that you want to be known for, if that's even something that's on your mind. You should just be pumping out the reps and burn it, put it in the garbage. You don't have to keep it. In fact, it's probably healthy to just let it go. So that's the idea of the burn pile. And I don't think I'm alone on this. I think if you look into maybe other artists, they might agree, like, yeah, you need to have some work that nobody sees, and you just get rid of it. And that's the idea. When I was talking to this guy, Michael, he was like, I think I'm just gonna go through it, and the stuff that we're not gonna keep, I'm gonna burn it, because he doesn't want to dilute the market for that artist, and he doesn't want to, he doesn't want to keep it. So at some point he was just gonna burn it. And that was the idea of the burn pile. But and my aunt was an artist, and she has gobs of work. I'm not at a place where I can consider doing that right now. No way, not right now. But she exposed me to an artist, Walter Murch, and I was listening to an old recording of his. He was talking about the same thing, about having a significant amount of work that you're just doing, and it's not for the public. And so that's kind of in line with the burn pile. And honestly, it's kind of in line with this junk business that I just started, seeing how much stuff actually goes into the dirt. I'm not saving the planet, being eco-minded and trying to recycle and repurpose and donate. I do it, and I want to do it because maybe somebody could get use out of something, and people throw away a ton of good stuff. That's perfectly fine. So if I can donate a nice sofa, or of course like tools or materials, things that can be reused, I will aim to donate those, as opposed to just taking them to the landfill and putting them in the garbage. If you guys don't know, like, you have landfills and you have transfer stations. Transfer stations are like your little collection points in towns, in cities, and then so a lot of times transfer stations are like all concrete and like a warehouse environment. You just drop the stuff on the floor, and they put a tractor and push it up together, and then they take it and load it into like a big open semi, tarp it, and then they drive it out to a landfill. And that landfill is just that they're burying the stuff in the dirt, and it is crazy the volume of stuff that is going into the dirt. And it's not just that we're just throwing away stuff. Think about on the other side, we're consuming so much stuff. That's the reality. If you live in America or the Western world, we consume a ton, and that's the reality. I mean, everything, but even think about like mattresses and couches, and oh my gosh, you know what's going on now is like pianos are going away. You know, the heyday for the pianos was like the early 1900s to the 40s or 50s. That was like the big industrial, like the big, I think, where like production of pianos was like at its heyday. And like all these pianos, a lot of them spent generations and families, and now, like, if you go on like Facebook Marketplace, and you'll see people might have an attachment to them, and they think it's valuable because they've got this memory about this family piano, and maybe they try to sell it, but after a couple weeks, they realize that they can't even give this thing away, and it's taking up space in their life. And so what do? Like, these pianos are extremely heavy, and they can be dangerous to handle. If you don't have like the right setup to like remove it out of your house, if you have stairs, I'm not a big guy, and I have my son helping me with this junk business, and we've already done 3 pianos, and thank God we had ramps and docks and minimal stairs to deal with. If it was in a basement or upstairs, forget it. We're gonna not take those jobs. But yeah, 3 of them into the dirt. I've got one in the back of my truck right now, and I was going to try to disassemble it just to get a feel for what that's like, because these pianos have good timber. It has good metal. Like, I'm not a scrap person. I'm not going to scrap things for money, but like some of the timber on this is like pretty cool. It's not plywood, and some of the wood is like, it's could be like ancient forest wood that's like, you know, super old, and like for a woodworker, you know, somebody would love to have some of that. I know in my, I mean, look at my messy workbench here in the garage. I mean, I've got some saws, and I love wood. And so if I can scrap some of this stuff, I will. You know what makes it really heavy is there's cast iron in the back that is part of the soundboard, you know, that basically frames the soundboard. And of course, some of the keys have ivory coating. That's kind of a touchy subject because, of course, you can't, like, ivory comes from elephant tusks, and you can't really sell that, and there's not really a market for it. So, but the keys are like usually like pretty good wood. So, and then some of the soundboards, if you can get them out of the pianos, people do, you know, cool stuff. They do yard art. They could put it up on the wall. I mean, if you can stand it up, it's pretty cool for the kids to come through and brush their hand on it's kind of like a harp, you know, with the stand-up strings. Anyways, pianos, I'm talking about stuff going in the dirt. We live in a consumeristic world. So put yourself in check. Less is more. It's not like consume less. I mean, it's coming from the earth and it's going back to the earth, just like us. But my point is, if you want to be creative and you're feeling like you're bogged down, maybe you need to get rid of some things in your life that's keeping you from tapping into that creativity. It could be stuff, could be activities. You might need to simplify your life. You might need to call a junk man to come pick up some stuff. If you're in Colorado, call us. That's very unlikely, so I'm not even going to say the name of my company. But anyways, yeah, maybe I'll do some painting if I post this to the burn pile. Yeah, tell me what you think. This is like, I don't know how many stages in. I basically stretched it. I gessoed it like 3 times, and then I painted like I'm using like super cheap acrylic paint. I painted with like a burnt umber, and then I've used like white, black, and ultramarine, and then a little bit of magenta. That's all the color in there right now, and I'm kind of thinking I'm gonna eventually add color, but this is many layers. I've put many days into it, but usually a session could last 20 minutes. I'm like fast. Sometimes I'll do like a little washing over the whole thing, and then sometimes I just get in with like a brush. Or look at this. I even was dabbing these like I broke one of these the other day. It's like just a little pickup stick type thing, and I broke this, and then I took, put that in the broken part in like this here. I took that, I put that in the black paint, and just gotta get in there. Just forget it. I'm not trying to impress anybody. I mean, I don't know. On some level, maybe I still am. I don't know. We all care about what people think, I think. But the more you can not care, the better off you're gonna be. So yeah, I'm like jumping in on social media, trying to grow this business because I'm trying to do it without ads, and so I'm trying to do social media. And yeah, I'm not like a born YouTuber. So anyways, hey, if you get something out of this, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. If people do see any of this and gravitate to anything I'm saying, I'll try to shorten it up, and maybe I'll edit. I'll probably just throw this up unedited and see what the algorithm does, and if it puts it to certain people, I'll just try again. I'll try to get better and better, because I do have a few channels. I thought I wanted to be an adventure channel originally, and that didn't work out so well. And then I did a couple other channels, and I just started another junk removal company channel for the business, but I've only got one video on that, and it's not really anything yet. So I'm trying to grow in all areas of my life. So anyways, if you watched this and made it this far, then I hope you have a blessed day, and maybe I'll see you again sometime soon.